Zombie by the Cranberries. There's only 4 chords, so it should be super simple to learn. I'll put the song sheet down in the description, a link as always. There's a little riff as well. I'll have a look at that at the end. That's simple as well if you want to have a go at it. If not, don't worry about it. I've put the arrangement as easy as I can. I've simplified it a little bit, took out the guitar solo just to make it suitable for the campfire theme of the songs. And also there's a bit of an interesting backstory in my opinion for this song. I'll have a quick word about that at the end, but for now I'm going to get straight into the music of it. As I say, there's just the 4 chords in that progression I was playing there, and that'll see all the way through to the song until the very end where we just change it ever so slightly. So the chords, again, they'll be on the sheet. E minor, C, G, and then the pesky D with the F sharp bass. I've done another video on that chord, and I play it that way. There's other ways to play it. Have a look in your chord chart. If you don't like the way that I play that with the thumb over the top technique, choose a different way of playing it. If you're really new to guitar, and that is a bit of a challenge if you're completely new, you can probably just get away with a D chord for now, and that'll get you through the song happily strumming and having some fun, which is what this is all about. When you get a little bit better, then you can upgrade to putting the F sharp note on. So it's just 4 chords. It repeats in that pattern, in that timing, all the way through the song. The part that I played was the introduction, so that plays through I think 4 times. It's 4 repeats of the progression. Then we get into verse 1. It's exactly the same progression, and then we're into the chorus, exactly the same progression. When I was preparing this and having a go, because the chords are so simple, when you listen to the actual song, it's quite a heavy song. I'd probably even consider it a borderline heavy metal song because there's distorted guitars and all kinds going on. One of my favourite songs, I love this song. But when we just got an acoustic guitar and we've just got 4 chords, one of the things that we need to perhaps think about, consider, when we want to make the song sound as good as possible, is can we have a play with the strumming patterns and the heaviness of the strumming to give the different parts of the song a little bit of a different flavour or feel. So what I did when I was having a play through, a practice through, was for the introduction I was playing quite a fast, not fast, but quite a heavier strumming pattern where I'm playing the chord a few times. On the song, on the original, when it gets into the verse, it breaks down a little bit and the drums slow down, the distorted guitar stops, and it's more of a quieter feel. So what I decided to do when I played it through, when I get into the verse of the song, was just play each chord once during the verse. So rather than doing all of the that I was doing for the intro, when I come round to the verse, just a single chord. Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken. And that just gives it a little bit of a different feel. Feel free to do what you want with it, but to me, that helps me create a kind of a build-up through the verse, the second part of the verse, if you want to call that, or pre-chorus, and then into the chorus. Don't forget, the 4 chords stay the same throughout, so you don't have to bother about learning new chords. Once you've got those 4 chord patterns, you can mess with the strumming however much you like. So I did that for the first couple of lines of the song until we get to 2 repetitions of that, we use a single chord. Then we get to the next part where it says, but you see it's not me, it's not my family, in the song, and I was slightly increased the speed of the picking for that bit just to raise it up a bit. But you see it's not me, it's not my family. So I've raised up slightly from the first bit, but not as fast as the intro bit. So I'm building the speed, the tempo of the song. The tempo's the same, sorry, but I'm building the feeling of the song building up throughout the course of it, because I've not got the ability to change to the distorted electric guitar sound. Then finally, when I get to the chorus, So coming out of the end of the verse, where I've been doing the in your head, you're crying. The chorus, in your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Back to the fast strumming for the chorus part. So over the duration of starting the verse, the first couple of lines of the verse, I was just doing the single chord. I switched to doing doubling up the speed of the strumming basically, and then eventually when I get to the chorus, I was doing doubled it up again, which gives me a sense of building it. I don't normally, with the campfire songs, I don't normally prescribe any kind of strumming. I like to leave it just for you to have a go at, but that's just a kind of a tip, the way I do it, that gives that a little bit more dynamics, a little bit more feel to the song. I've listened to the original and obviously approach it whichever way you want to approach it. That goes through, that progression goes right through the entire song, so have a look at my song sheet and you'll see that just gets you through all the full length of the song. Right at the very end, I've also put in a little bit, it's the outro song. There's a bit of a solo, but I've not put the solo in because it doesn't really work for what we're trying to do with the campfire. But the outro is just two chords, it's your E minor and your C. Just repeated. I think I put 2 repeats on the sheet, but do it as many times as you want until you feel like stopping. I think on the original, there's like the drummer's doing some different things and the bass player's doing a few different things, but I've just put it into to complete the song. The other thing that I mentioned was there's a little bit of a riff or a little bit of a lead part that's played by the singer as far as I can see. And it's dead simple. I haven't bothered putting the tab because just time pressure, but I'll just quickly explain it to you if anyone wants to have a go at it. It's basically, I'll just play it through. That appears a few times through the song, normally when it's come out of the instrumental bit and back into the singing bit. So what am I playing? Almost everything's on my first string, my high E string. So I'm playing on my frets, I'm playing 7, 8, 7 there. So we're starting there. 5, 7, 3, 5. 2, 3, 2, and then just one note on my B string, that's the 3rd fret on B string, and then finishing on my open E string. So 7, 8, 7, 5, 7, 3, 5, 2, 3, 2, 3 on my B string, open E string. Very simple little piece. If you want to have a go at it, have a go at it. Last thing I mentioned is there's an interesting backstory. Probably look it up, they'll explain it way better than me. It's a bit of a tragic backstory as well. The song itself is about an incident that happened where a couple of young kids lost their life in a bomb incident in mainland Britain in a town called Warrington, which is quite close to where I live. It's about 20 or 30 miles. And that's what inspired the song. So knowing that, if you listen to the lyrics in the song, it makes a lot of sense as to what's going on. There was a period in time in the UK, in Britain, in this part of the world, if you're someone that's watching that's not from round here, that was called the Troubles, and there was a lot of political, geographical and religious conflict taking place. Unfortunately, a lot of people from both sides of the argument lost their lives, unfortunately. This isn't a political channel, so I have nothing to say about that whatsoever. Only that it's sad that anyone had to lose their lives for any reason, and particularly in the context of this song, two young children. Obviously, I don't know the age. I think one was maybe 3 and one was a little bit older than that. So it's a sad context to the song, but it's very interesting. It makes the song make sense. The singer from the Cranberries, another slightly sad bit to the backstory, isn't with us anymore. She had a few problems, particularly with alcoholism, and as far as I understand it from the information that's out there, she was intoxicated and had an accident, and obviously ended up being not with us. One of the most talented singers that I've ever heard in my life. The last was called Dolores O'Riordan. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Rest in peace. But when you listen to if you listen to the original song, her voice is absolutely irreplaceable, and the emotion that goes into the song is second to none. That's one of the reasons why it's one of my favourite songs. Even though it's a heavy song, when you listen to the original, it's a, like I said, distorted heavy metal song almost. I believe the original was actually just written by her on acoustic guitar, which is the reason why it works so well, just being played on an acoustic guitar, because most of good songs can just, no matter what fancy polish and stuff they put on them in the recording studio and add all the other instruments, a great song will sound great just with yourself on a guitar or whatever instrument, just singing along to it. So enjoy the song. It should be fairly simple with the chords and arrangement I've given you. If you want any more tips or anything, feel free to comment or DM me. As always, I'll put the music down and have fun.